Hello everyone, welcome to our pre-calculus pre-recording video. This is the application part of exponential and logarithmic function that we were discussing in last couple of classes. So this part is about financial models and compound interest part 1 and 2 in this recording. And we'll be discussing actually more topics on the same concepts like on the application of exponential and logarithmic functions. So more application maths are coming up. Let's look at the agenda for this recording. This is a simple versus compound interest. First of all, we'll discuss that multiple compounding periods per year, then continuous compounding, effective rate of return, present value of future payment, doubling the formulas. We will discuss all the concepts pretty much here. So first one is simple interest and compound interest. What does they mean? Now, just if you want a very simple definition of simple interest and compound interest, the simplest thing is, let's say you have some money and you want to invest it. Let's say you have just only $100. Let's say just $100 you have. $100 you have, and you invested it for 3 years or 2 years, whatever it is. Let's say 3 years. Now 10%. Let's say the company said that they will give you 10% interest. Okay. The company said, so you had $100, this dollar, and you invested it for 3 years, and then the company said that they will give you 10% interest. Now, if you look at it normally, then for 10% out of $100, it means that for first year, by the end of first year, they will give you $10 extra. They will give you $10 extra, and then by the second year, they will give you again from $100. They will give you another $10 extra, because it is 10%. 10% means out of 100, $10. Then by the end of third year, they will give you again $10, because your investment is $100. So from $100, they give you $10. They give you $10. They give you $10. So they will give you total $30 extra. So that means by the end of 3 years, you will get $130. $130. So you will receive, by the end of third year, you will receive $130. Now you can say that okay, I invested $100. You gave me $10 interest by the end of first year, but I did not take this money from you. So my money is with you now. You have my money. So why not you give me the interest of this $10 also? That means by the end of the first year, total amount of money I have in your account, or in your bank, or wherever you have invested, you can say total amount of money now I have is $110. So you should give me the interest, 10% interest from this $110. So if they give interest by the end of second year, if they give you interest, this is by the end of first year, this is by the end of first year total amount of money. So if they give you the 10%, then you will get $11 more here, because 10% of 110 is 11. You can do the calculation this way: 110 into 10%. So percent means you can ignore it. Percent means divided by 100. Percent means divided by 100. So this 0 cancel out, this 0 cancel out. So total is 11. Now this is by the end of second year. So you get $11 extra. So how much money you have now? This is 110. Then total $11 more. So total it will be 130. See, this is $121. So $1 extra you get here. Now this is the total amount of money by the end of second year. So they should give you the interest from this money, 10% again. So what will be the money after this if you take 10%? So 10 divided by 100% means this. So if you cancel out this and this, so you get $12.1. $12.1. Then you add $12.1, so you get interest $12.1 here. So for $12.1, you will get, this is kind of crazy. Okay. All right. So this is Batighar Chittagong is calling. So I have ordered some books. So they were supposed to call me. So that's why I think they are calling. I mean, fun part of this company, I'm not sure about this Batighar and other things. Fun part about this calling is when they call, they can call, but when you call, you cannot call to that number. I mean, I found this is interesting in the yesterday in Daraj and the other day in the Patha also. Like this, if it is agent number, some people have this agent thing. So only they can call you because they are the delivery people. So you cannot call them back in those numbers. I don't know. This is crazy to me. Why it happens? Anyway. Anyway, we will have to make some alternative arrangement in those cases. Let's come back to the place where we were at. So we were saying that by the end of third year, what is happening? 121 out of 121, if they give you 10% interest, it becomes $12.1. So total how much interest you get? We can find out 121 plus 12.1 if we add them, so we can get it. So it will become, this is 21, 1 to 1, then 0, then it is 12.1. You can add it, if there is decimal, you can add it this way. Then this is 1, this is 3, this is 3, and this is 1. And now you can see, hey, in this case I get $130, but in this case I get $133.1. And this is better for me. This is better for me because I get $3.1 extra. $3.1 extra I get. Right? This is 130, this is 130.33. Oh, 133.1. So I get some money extra here. In fact, this is the definition of simple interest and compound interest. Compound interest means they will give you interest on the interest also. That is what is called compound interest. Where they give you interest on the interest also. Here, in the simple interest, they will give you interest only on the principal amount. They will not give the interest on this $10 each. Okay. Simple interest means they will not give the interest on the interest money. They will give you interest only on the principal amount, only on the main amount that you deposit, that you give them. That is simple interest. Compound interest means if you deposit some money, then by the end of first year, whatever the amount you accumulate by the interest, they will give you interest on that amount also in the second year. And it will continue. This is compound interest. This is simple interest. Alright, so let's look at the item here. So let's say $200, 10% interest, what will happen for 3 years? So basically, each year, $200, 10% means each year $20. Okay, $200, 10%. So $100, 10% means 10. That means $200, 10% means 20. Okay, $100, 10% means 10. So $200, 10% means 20. Okay, because 100, 200, double. So 10, 20, double. Okay, like that. So basically you will get $60 extra, $60 extra. So total amount of money will be $260. And there is a general formula here. This is called I equal to PRT. P is the principal amount, R is the rate of interest, T equal to number of years. So if you just actually put this value here, this formula I equal to PRT, you will get the answer automatically. You will not have to do the calculation manually the way I have shown. You will not have to do it that way. There is this formula thing. Okay, and in the formula also, if you put the value, you should get the answer. Interest you will get here. So see, principal is 200 into rate of interest is 10%. Rate of interest is 10%. So 10% means 10 divided by 100 into t equals to number of time. So that is 3 years thing here. So this 0 cancel out, this 0 cancel out. So 20 into 3 equal to 60. That means $60 you will get extra. $60 you will get extra. This is your interest. This is your interest. So total amount of money that you deposited is $200. You get $60 interest. So total is $260 you will get in total. This is $260. So this formula will give you the interest very easily. Always remember that this R is the rate of interest. So 10 divided by 100 if you write it in percentage. If you do not write it in percentage, then just write it in decimal. 10% means 0.1. So you could do it this way also. 200 into 10%. 10% means 0.1. Actually 10 divided by 100 means 0.1 also. So 0.1 into 3. This is also equals to $60. Okay. So instead of writing it separately, you could just put 10% means 10 divided by 100. That means 0.1. 0.1. So the value of R is always in decimal interest rate. Decimal interest rate means you will have to convert it to decimal. Or if you don't convert it, then you will have to do it like this, 10 divided by 100. Because 10% means divided by 100. Percent means divided by 100. Okay, this is the way. Now the same case, I think. Now think about it. If the same case goes for compound interest, the money will increase or decrease. I mean total amount. This is $260. This money will be more than 260 or less than 260 or equal to 260. Compound interest. I think you have some answer in your mind. So let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. So yeah, 200. So this is the amount of money that you get. Basically, you get $266 out, not only 260, because you get the interest on the interest also. Okay, you get interest on the interest. So first year, $200, 10% means 20, so you get some money. Now second year, you will get the interest on $220. Then you get this, and then it continues. So total amount, it becomes $266. Our general formula is this one: P into 1 plus R to the power T. T means the number of years. T is the number of years. How many years you are counting it. R is the rate of interest in decimal. C 0.1, and this is P is the principal amount. That means what is your principal money that you pay. What is the principal money that you pay? P is that value. Yes, that's all. So if we just look at the differences in the simple interest and compound interest thing, you will notice that the main difference is coming just due to the interest thing, just due to getting the interest on the interest. That is what is contributing to increase the amount of money. We have little more discussion about like how this formula works, this way or that way. But as you know, in the exam also you get this formula, so most probably you will not have to memorize all these formulas. You will get them in the exams, but this is helpful. This is useful if you can make them your muscle memory kind of. Okay, they usually helps. because you will see them in your practical life also. Now here we have little bit of separation of simple interest, compound interest, and compounded continuously. Simple interest I equal to P at t, that you already have seen, and then compound interest A equal to P into 1 plus R by N to the power N t. You notice that this formula P into 1 plus R to the power t, and there is R divided by N, then Nt here came in this formula. R divided by N and Nt here came here in addition. Why is that? What does it mean? The reason is, look, in the modern times, the calculation of the interest has gone ridiculously complex. The banks, the financial corporations, they actually made it so complicated that for their interest, of course, for their profit, of course. This is not for your profit, for my profit, for their profit, basically. But sometimes there are loopholes. That's why sometimes you can also get some profit, but for due to all these formulas. What this formula is doing, let me tell you that sometimes some company actually gives you the interest not only by the end of year, they will give you the interest after, let's say, every 3 months, or every 4 months, or every 6 months, or even every 1 month they will give you the interest. So their formula will be different. Like, okay, now they are giving you the money, your interest, every, let's say, every 6 years, suppose. Or whatever this value is, you can put this value. So how many times they are giving you, let's say, if they give you 6 years, every 6 years, that means in a year they will give you interest 2 times. If they give you every 3 years, that means after January, February, March, after March they will give you 1 time interest, then again after 3 months they will give you again interest, then again after 3 months they will give you again interest, then again after 3 months they will give you again interest. So total 4 times they will give you the interest. That means, and at that time n equal to 4, n equal to 4. So n means how many times they are giving you the interest in a year. That is what n doing here. P is again the principal amount, R is the rate of interest in decimal, T is the number of years, A is the total amount of money here with the interest and principal in this case. This is only interest, this is with the interest and principal. It will give you the total amount of money. Compounded continuously means, now since look at this crazy idea, instead of giving you the interest in every 3 months or every 6 months is one thing, and if some bank tell you, hey, I will give you interest in every day, like you keep your money in my bank, then by the end of today I will give you the interest, and then again tomorrow also again I will give you the interest. That means that guy is giving you the interest every day. So that means n equal to 365. So n equal to 365 it comes. Now another bank can go more crazy. They can say, I'll give you interest actually more frequently. I'll give you interest in every minute or every second. I will give you the interest. What about that? And then in that case, if it is every second, in a year how many seconds you have, then we can just calculate and put it n equal to that value here. And then someone says that not only in every second I will give you interest in every microsecond, like in a fraction of second. Let me show you the next page so that you can connect it here. How that formula came, I'm talking about that actually. How this A equal to P e to the power RT came. So in this formula, if this n trends to infinity, if n goes to infinity, if this value of n goes to infinity here, then the entire value trends to the number e, because e is the number, we had this number, if something grows continuously in every, always, even if we say that every second, that is also not enough for this. Always, if h tends to infinity, that means not only in every second, more frequently in microsecond, or in maybe in nanosecond or picosecond, whatever it is, uh, even smaller than that, then the everything, this entire term becomes e. That is why it is called natural growth. If something grows naturally in every, in always something 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 something, then it goes there. Anyway, so the long story short, if something grows continuously, let me go back. If something grows continuously, then we will use this formula to find out our total amount of money. This is principal as usual. This is rate of interest in decimal as usual. This is number of year t, and A is the total amount of money as usual, total amount rebate. So you have these three formula. You have these three formulas here. That's why actually we are showing you all these formulas side by side, because they will play all the role in this lesson, in this entire thing. Sometimes they will give you the a value, then others value, maybe a value also, then they will not give you the p equal to what, then you will have to find out p equal to what. Sometimes they will give you like everything, but they will not give you t. So, but everything else they will give you, then you will have to find out t equals to what. And they will tell you, is it compounded compound interest, or is it simple interest, or compounded continuously. This word will be written continuously, compounded continuously, or compounded n times. N times, like let's say 5 times in a year, or 4 times in a year, or 3 times in a year. They will tell you that in the question. They will tell you that. Okay. But you will have to be careful. Suppose compounded 5 times in a year, if you use this formula, then answer will come wrong, and all those things. So we will have to be careful about that. Okay. So they can be different in different case. As I said, this one. And there is more detail in the page number 314, 307, this entire thing. All these thing actually, this is crazy. All these things actually you can extrapolate from here. Okay, you will see, if you want to get the connection, you can connect it from there as well. So, yeah. Now, effective rate of return. What is effective rate of return? Look at this. In our first example, here we obtained $266 by the end of 3 years, and here we got $260 by the end of 3 years. Now, if I say, okay, this is 10%, but if I calculate $266 by the simple interest formula, what will be my rate of interest? It will be a little bit higher, or little bit lower. You understand? Like I received the money in compound interest, but my thought is, I want to do a calculation. Suppose if I had invested the money in simple interest, then what would have been my interest rate to get this money, to get $266? So basically, you are getting, sometimes some people do these calculations because they want to see if there is any loophole in the calculation, if there is any scope for more profit. Those who study the finance and banking, this kind of subject, then chartered accountant, those who study that all this rigorous financial analysis, they actually do all these kind of calculations. Like, okay, I got this money from this system. If I convert it to other system, then what is my profit? if I convert it to the other system, there is multiple systems here, what will be my profit, or how many years it will take to get the same money in this rate. There are many ways we can convert all this maths and examine all these things. So normally, just simply if I tell you the answer, of course you also will understand it from the intuition. Like if it is $260, we get in the simple interest rate to get 266 in the same amount of time, 3 years. Definitely my interest rate has to be more here to get the same interest rate, to get the same money in the simple interest, because compound interest gives the interest on the principal in the interest also, but in simple interest they don't give the interest on the interest. So that means I will have to have more interest rate to get the same amount. Okay, this is what is it doing, this thing. This is called effective rate of return. Effective rate of interest is the equivalent annual simple interest rate that would yield the same amount as compounding n times per year or continuously after 1 year. This definition we have taken from directly from our Sullivan book. Nicely they said that. That means if something happens in compound interest or continuous interest, what will be the same situation in the simple interest rate? What will be the simple interest rate? So how to find it out? First we will find out the total amount of interest for the given case. Then we will use that interest in our simple interest formula and find out R equal to what, if they ask us to find out rate of interest. We have example in the next page. See, Mariam puts $250, 4% interest rate, compounded quarterly. Quarterly means 4 times a year. Quarterly, 1 quarter. 1 quarter means 4 times 1/4 of something. So how much interest she will earn after 1 year? We do the calculation and we see that $250 becomes $260.15. Okay, so that means she deposited $250, she got $260.15. That means $10.15 she received. Okay, $10.15 she received as interest. Now same thing if we do calculation for, okay, $10.15 is what percent in the simple interest rate, and we get 4.06%. This is higher than this money. This is higher than this money. Okay, higher than this money. So this is how we can convert one thing to another thing. This is, in this case we just divided this interest by the total amount of money. So since this is 1 year, we can do it this way. You can use I equal to P and T, that formula also. I is the interest, P is the principal, and N is the number of P and T, PRT or PNR. That is two. Let me write it here. There is 2 ways to write it. One is I equal to PNR or I equal to PRT. They mean the same thing. In some book, let me write it here. I equal to PNR. In some book they write the formula this way, and some other book. In our book, in the Sullivan book, they wrote the formula this way: I equal to PRT. So in the Sullivan book, they wrote it this way. So that means this, in this case, N means number of year. In this case, T means number of years. They mean same thing. R is same thing. P is same. I is same. So instead of N and T, they sometimes swap. Okay. So in this case, what you will do? You will put 10.15 here. In this case, N equal to 1 or T equal to 1, whatever it is. Then P equals to what? Your principal, $250. Then R equal to what? It will go to the other side. That's why it is division. That is the reason why it is division. Do you understand? Or let me write it here. So interest is 10.15 equals to P equals to $250 principal. Okay. Then into R into T equals to 1 year. 1 year. So R equals to what? R equals to 10.15 divided by 250. So this is this time. 10.15 divided by 250 equals to this. And 0.0406, how it became 4.06%? Because this is a decimal. To convert it to percent, you will have to multiply it by 100. Then you get it in the percent. Okay, from the percent to go to the decimal. Suppose something is given 20%. From the percent to go to the decimal, you will have to divide it by 100. Okay, you will have to divide it by 100. Then from the decimal, suppose suppose 0.2, this is the rate is given. Then to go to the decimal, to go to the percent, you will have to multiply it by 100. That's the reverse process. Just the reverse process. Present value of the future payment. This is a fancy way to say that find out P equal to what if A is given. Present value of $1 will be dollars to be received at future date is principal that you will need to invest now that would grow to $8 in this specific time period. Look, this is basically let me show you. What it is saying is, the concept is saying is, let me go back. This is our main page actually. For all the math, this is the main page. This is the main page. So in that page, what they are saying is, if A is given and everything else is given, how can you find out P equal to what? Principal equal to what? P is the present value. P is the present value. So how do you find out P? So of course other things they will have to give us, or else we cannot automatically do the calculation. So this is what they are saying about the present value. Okay, present value means that. This is an example. This is an example of what we mean by that. See, everything else is given. Just you will have to find out P. This is compounded continuously. This word will be written. Then you can use the formula E. Related formula. How can we write? If this word is written compounded continuously. If they don't write this word, then it is compound interest formula. If they say compound this word. So if the word is only compound, then one formula. If it is compound continuous, then another formula. So as I said, like $1,000 is your future amount, and the overall idea of this math is, let me tell you with an practical example. Suppose you have some plan, and your plan is, after, let's say, after some years, you want to make your money. Let's say you want to get some money. Let's say just only $100. After some period of time, you want to get this money. Now they will give you some interest rate, how many times in a year they will give you interest, this and that, all these calculations. But your target is usually these numbers are pretty much big, of course. Like, let's say your target is to get $1 million. So in that case, your money will be like this. So this is the dollar you want after some certain period of time, let's say 5 years or 3 years, in some interest rate and this and that. Now, based on that interest rate, based on that number of years, based on that that amount of time, interest rate will be compounded in each year, like 4 times in a year or 10 times in a year, whatever that amount it gives. Based on all these things, this question asks you, okay, then how much you have to invest now to get this money after some certain period of time and within some certain condition. How much you have to invest now? This is what this question is telling. Now, sounds complicated, but math is so powerful. Math actually can do this thing. So in that case, you will put $1 million here. Then other values like how many times in a year, etc. All these things you put here. Then P equal to what you put, you will get the solution. In this case, the question is, after 6 months. In this case, after 6 months, they will give you $1,000 6 months later, and return rate is 7%. And then how much you will have to invest now? This is the question here. So $1,000 you will get after 6 months. So after 6 months means how many times in a year? 2 times, right? 2 times, or the whole 6 months is half of the year. Half means 0.5, half of the year. And this is 7%. You know, percent, what we do for percent, we divide it by 100. That's why 0.07. 0.07. So all these are numbers. E itself is also a number, equal to 2.718 approximately. E itself is also a number. So E is a number, this is a number, this is a number, this is a number. Only P is remaining. So just we can do the calculation easily to find out the answer of this. Now let's say you get greedy. You are like, okay, I want to make my money double. How can I make it? How can I make it? You can say, okay, now tell me, how can I make my money double? I have, let's say, $10,000. I want to make it $20,000. How do I do it? So this is that formula. Okay. Instead of your future value, you want to make it, P is your current value, so you want to make it 2P, double. Okay, so for double, this is an example. Like you will try to do it based on this calculation, based on this rule. So 2 into e to the power 0.06 based on this 6% interest rate, t equals to this. How many years it will take? How many years it will take? So basically t equals to ln 2 divided by 0.06 if you have this rule. Okay, by using this tool. So what interest rate would that invest in order to make it double, this and this? If they ask you to find out the r equal to what, then r equal to what we can find out from this formula. As you know, if in a formula, if some of the things are given, let's say, 2 e to the power r into t, r is the rate of interest, t is the number of years. So if they give you t, they will ask you to find out r equal to what. If they give you r, they will ask you to find out t equals to what. As usual math rule, as usual maths. So this is how you can find out the calculation. This formula you can use, 2 into e to the power rt, this formula. Okay, this formula you can use. Basically, then to remove this e, you can multiply both sides by ln. That's why this ln thing came here, because when you have this 2 equals to e to the power rt, if you multiply by ln, then it will become ln, then this side also ln rt. And ln means log e base, ln means log e base, e r t, then this side is ln 2, then log e base e means 1, then rt will come front, so basically rt equals to ln 2. And you can use this line also as a formula. No problem. In fact, they are this line, they are mathematically equivalent thing. Okay, so if you want, you can use this line, or if you want, you can use this line also to do the calculation. Okay, to do the calculation. This is kind of crazy. If you think about this lesson, actually we have a lot of interesting concepts going on here in this lesson. Okay, and in our future class we will be discussing these things, and exponential growth, decay models, Newton's law, logistic growth and decay models. This is also interesting topics. These are all also interesting topics. Until then, that's all for today. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone, and see you all in the class. Bye bye.